Hello everyone, and welcome to another Division 2 video. Today we're going to be going over the builds we use for Operation Dark Hours and the Boomer fight. Boomer in Operation Dark Hours is the hardest fight in the raid by far. And it's a DPS check. Plain and simple. There is some coordination and teamwork you'll see in the gameplay, but mainly it's all about DPS, about bringing those 2 bars of health off of him every time you sit him down, and also making sure you can control all of your ads. So we're going to start this video with the DPS builds that I would run for the Boomer fight. We'll then go over what I call the drone control build that I actually run from start to finish within the raid. It's a little bit more of an advanced technique because you got to make sure the rest of the team have the damage under control. And then I'm going to let Jump talk about the shield builds that he uses. Jump is our shield build legend, and hats off to him for allowing me to use some footage from him discussing his shield builds and his philosophies behind them. But without further ado, let's jump right into the video, or right into the builds, I should say. So this is the basic build, right? 3-piece Providence, 1 Grupo, 1 Fenris. I'm using the Eagle Bear. If you don't have an Eagle Bear, hit another assault rifle, FAMAS, or AKM, something like that works. I highly suggest assault rifles here. So if you don't have the Eagle Bear yet, which you probably don't if you're watching this video, use something else, FAMAS, AKM, P416, something along those lines. That we can delete that. All right. So we run Coyotes masks. We have 3 of them on the team at all times. And that is going to increase our crit hit damage and crit hit chance numbers. As you can see right there, the Pack Instincts talent, increasing critical hit damage and critical hit chance by how far you're shooting at an enemy. We run 3 of them because we find that was the good balance to make sure that all 3 buffs were up at all times. The buffs don't stack, so if one person's getting the first buff and another person is too, they're not going to stack on top of each other. But if one person gets the first buff, one person gets the second buff, one person gets the third buff, they're all going to be active at the same time. And, typically within the fight, people are shooting at different distances than one another, depending on where they are during the fight. So we always have 3 of these to try to keep all 3 of those buffs active at all times, granting anywhere from 25 to 35% crit hit chance and crit hit damage to the team. I then run Obliterate. This is going to get a big buff in the next update, but Obliterate is my chess piece because I don't run Glass Cannon. I could run something like this. I don't because I'm a running gunner. I get myself into trouble using Glass Cannon. So you can run this if you feel comfortable. It's a great talent. I'm not trying to say you can't, but Obliterate is also getting the buff, going to stack up to 25 times now, so don't be afraid to look into this. You could also run something like this as Unbreakable. We highly suggest Unbreakable for people that are new to the raid, looking to get their feet wet, and who haven't really mastered it yet. Unbreakable will give you that survivability you have. The second DPS build we have is going to be something like this. I'm going to change it up here. So we're going to put that there. We're going to put this here. We're going to put either one. So either one. I can put this Overlord piece here, or this Walker and Harris. Give me more credit. So this one's got crit chance, crit damage, great. This one does too. They're both very similar pieces. So I usually go to Walker and Harris because I don't use anything else besides my Eagle. So I'm going to go Walker and Harris here. So the next build we have is this one here, right? So this is the Tardy DPS crit chance build. I actually need to... Sorry, I need to change this up. I just took my 3-piece Providence off. That wasn't smart of me. So that is going to go back here. My bad. Okay, there we go. That's better. All right, so we have a 3-piece Providence, and we have our Tardy chest piece, Grupo Somber giving us more crit damage, and then we have Fenris to boost that 10% assault rifle damage. So this is essentially granting your entire team more survivability on top of a Vanguard, as well as giving essentially everybody on the team Unbreakable. So this is a great survivability piece that you want your team to run. You don't have to if you don't want to, but this is a great suggestion to keep your players up, keep them shooting, and keep going. Last build is let's go back to that obliterate chest piece. Great. We're gonna leave that there. We're gonna do exactly what I did last time and screwed up a bit. So we're gonna put this here. We're gonna put our Walker and Harris here. So this is the again, very basic, straightforward DPS build. You're going to want to mod here, crit damage. This is all about stacking crit damage. Nope, we don't want to take that one. We want to take that one. So all about crit damage, right? Crit chance, crit damage is the one you want to run. If you are one of the DPS people not running the Coyote's Mask. Remember, 3 Coyote's Mask, 1 healer, 1 tank. Healer is optional. Okay, so if you look at the stats of this build, we had 51% crit chance. That's high, honestly. That's probably higher than I need it to be, but I'm also running 193% crit damage. So crit chance can be as low as like 30-35% because your mask is going to do the rest of the work for you. So I actually have a high crit chance here, and I don't really need that much. But the crit damage, you want to get as close to 200 as you possibly can, because then with that 35% buff from the Coyote's Mask, you're going to be running, whatever it is, 225% crit damage. You're hitting like a truck, and that's what we want. That's what we need in order to get that damage down on Boomer, and in order to get the proper, ad control clearance as we see fit. Specialization, run the you're going to need a couple guys with crossbows. One of them is going to be your drone control guy. The other one's going to need to have a crossbow. But most of the team should be running the demolitionist, because that'll work on the dogs, both on the tarmac and on the Razorback fight. Just bring in your demolitionist in, and then you can kill the dogs very quickly. So those are the crit damage builds for Boomer fight. The next build I'll talk about briefly is the drone killer. We're going to get more into this in the Razorback video, but I run this build throughout the entire raid. It doesn't matter. The only thing I would need to switch is no, sorry, this is right. So this is the other build. I have skilled in my chest piece to reset my pulse as needed. I have the heal hive. I have the pulse. Even though it's the jammer pulse, the little icon is always wrong. So this is the jammer pulse for the drones. I also have overclock as my backpack talent. You can use the hardwired piece here and run some BTSU gloves here if you want. I don't, because I have faith in my team, and I know I don't need to reset their hives that often. So I run overclock in order to get them pumping out more damage. Allies within 7 meters of your deployed skills gain 25% reload speed and reduces their cooldowns. So in both Weasel and in the Boomer fight and on Razorback, when we're doing damage, they're reloading 25% quicker. We're pumping out more DPS, 25% faster, because we're able to reload faster, right? So that's the other build. I'm gonna cut now to Jump describing his shield build for this fight, and then we will go into gameplay, and you'll see me using this build on Boomer. This is from a clinic. The gameplay is from a clinic, so it's very in-depth. It's going to be a little bit longer of a video. It's very in-depth. I do a very in-depth explanation of the mechanics and how to run Boomer, or how we run it, I should say. So if you're new to Dark Hours and you're looking for that guidance, check out the gameplay. You'll see me running this build. Again, it's optional, but I really like being able to heal my people during that fight. But again, if you've liked this video, please like, subscribe, and ring that bell for more content from myself, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye. Shield build, and I'm going to let Jump, if you wouldn't mind, Jump, explain this and what you and how you do, because you are the shield master.
No, don't give me that much credit. So I unlocked the flamethrower. I'll start with the specialization. Gives you the extra shield with a buff within, I think it's 10 meters to the front, and it buffs people behind you too, keeps them safe. I use a Coyote's Mask, a decent point man with Gila Guard. Just this is the best I can find at the time. It's not ideal, but the max armor is kind of where I try to stay. That's the best part for it, and then the rest is just a true Patriot build. Through and through, I just maxed out the armor where I could. I didn't want to be so tanky and no damage, so I added in the Coyote's Mask, and I put 15% weapon damage on my knee pads. Last night, ironically, I found a rifle. I don't know which group it is. Overlord Armaments gives you 10% rifle damage off the top with not quite Point Man, but Vanguard, which is 45% more. Armor to the team when it's procced. So I was running that last night. Noticed a little bit of weapon damage difference. Didn't hear anybody complaining, so I'm pretty sure that was good. But and I use a Liberty because during the Weasel fight, I bring another shield through, which has 13 million health on it, and I can pretty much sustain taking Dizzy full speed. And luckily, I have teammates that do a hell of a lot of damage, so they go down in order, and then I stay out kind of in the middle, and the goal is to get the loot to drop in the middle, right? So, but mostly wherever you can max out armor, and then if you want to take a couple of different cracks at weapon damage. I hate to say it doesn't really matter where, as long as you've got kind of 2 reds sitting there, you should be able to handle your own.
Okay. So Sprouser, we get to end. Great. So this is the Boomer fight, right? This is the first fight. This, in my opinion, is the hardest fight in the raid because it requires teamwork and a good amount of DPS, right? If we don't have the DPS, we don't complete. If we don't work as a team and communicate and help each other out, we don't complete, right? So this is, I think, with even in WoW raids and stuff, right? There's always that first fight, and that first fight that always tests everybody. This is it, right? So we start this fight by getting down these nodes. So these nodes, there's 4 nodes around the room. There's one here, one behind Speraza back there by the donut shop, and there's 2 on the other side of the building. One over there by R8, and then one over here just past One Shot, right? So we start by taking these down. We have to use the turrets to take them down. That's the only thing that'll take them down. We start with the back one first. Alright, we start with this one here by TJ first. Same on the other side. We start with that one over there by One Shot first. But the reason why we do that is because of the ad spawn. Okay? So the ads spawn from 40 primarily, but they will also sometimes spawn from Donut. You can see this blue shield on the ground, right? These are invulnerability shields. So this is going to, if they're inside this, we can't kill them, which means we can't control the ads and we can't control the room. So that's why we start by taking the back ones down first, because they spawn at the back first. So take the back one first. You can usually get that one in one full go. Like, turrets, just like in the open world, will overheat. But you can usually take one down in one full go without overheating it, and you don't need to pulse it, right? And then you need to let it completely cool to take down the front one, okay? I'm going to help us out a little bit. This is another reason why I run this drone killer. I'm going to pulse and put these things down and try to keep them down while the turrets do their thing. But you take the back one down first, and then you take the front one, but do not overheat the gun. Watch the little red bar, and when it gets full, just stop shooting. Let it cool down, continue to shoot. Okay, so that's how we do that. Those go down, the ads spawn, like we say, we kill all the ads, and then Boomer is going to spawn from this door over here. Okay? One person is going to take Boomer. We bring Boomer in this direction, over here, and we bring him right in front of here, somewhere in this area, right? We bring Boomer over here. We face his back to the turret. The person on the turret uses the turret to shoot Boomer in the back, in his big red backpack, as TJ would say. And we put him down to one knee. When he goes down to one knee, everyone turns and shoots him in the head. Okay, you'll hear us say he's down or damaged or something like that. That means he's down and you need to turn him. We need to do 2 bars, armor bars worth of damage every time he goes down. If we do too many phases without doing 2 bars of damage, we do not complete this. Okay, so when you hear damage, you need to turn and shoot. But don't be watching him, okay? The main thing that wipes this fight is improper ad control. If we're not on control of ads and keeping them at bay and keeping them dead, right, ads will overrun us and we will die and we will wipe. So do not watch Boomer, all right? That is going to be the job of the turret guy and the kiter in order to watch Boomer. It is everyone else's job to kill ads until you hear he's down, and then you turn and shoot him. Okay? Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
Great. So he's down on one knee. We've all turned and shoot him. He's going to stand back up when we hit 2 bars, right? Or if we don't hit 2 bars, it's a time thing, and he stands up anyways, right? So once he stands up, the entire team, we move as a team, like a tidal wave, and we destroy everything in our wake. We move around the room, moving to 41. We use the outside path. What I mean by that is from this wooden thing here to the wall. Okay, this is the outside path. We use this path, and we take out every ad in our wake. We move. Even if there is a guy at Donut, keep moving. If you have to turn and shoot this way but move away, do it. There's a guy at Donut. Run past him, get into cover, and shoot him, okay? We need to be over here, and we need to create what I've started calling the cone of protection around 41, okay? We need to protect the guy on the turret. If there is a guy on the turret, he is extremely vulnerable. But he's extremely important because he's the only thing that will put Boomer down to one knee. If he goes down on the turret, all hell breaks loose, okay? So we need to create a cone of protection. What that means is having one person at this location on me at all times, okay? Over here, Dan, logo.
Yeah.
Yeah, right here. This is the one person needs to be here at all times. If no one's here, someone needs to get here. Somewhere where R8 is right there is perfect. Maybe somebody up here is great, right? And then we'll have a couple people over here. One here, maybe, one person. I usually take this spot. One person here, because you can shoot this way, you can shoot down that way, and you just continue to shoot. Maybe one more, one's in the middle maybe, and then maybe one more up here, all right? You take cover. This is still a cover-based game. Don't go around looking like me and just face tanking everything, okay? It's not good. It's not good for the raid. You can do that in the open world, but don't do it here. Use cover. Protect yourself, okay? So we create that cone of protection. Whoever's kiting Boomer is going to take this inside path. This is why we don't want any of our players in this path, right? He takes the inside path, bringing Boomer around. He comes in here. Boomer faces backwards. His back to the turret. He shoots him in the back. He goes down to one knee. The reason why we don't want any players within this path is if he gets too close to the kiter, right, he's going to stop and try to melee. Well, that has an AoE effect, an area of effect, right? So that can, and it's behind him now too. That's a new thing since the update. If you're behind Boomer and he's facing, facing away from you, and he does his melee, he's going to kill you even if you're behind him. So, say, just like what R8 did. Say, I'm Boomer and I get too close to R8. Boomer's going to stop. R8's going to dive away. But Boomer's going to melee right here, and for whatever reason it's not letting me melee, but it's going to melee right here. But that creates an AoE, and if say Boomer's out here, right, he's standing right here, right, and we have a guy in cover right here, and we have a guy in cover back here, or whatever, I don't know, right? He's going to take out this guy in cover every time, right? You're going to kill a couple people most likely, especially if he's coming around fast. So Boomer is in this path, everybody else is on the outside, okay? So he comes over here, he drops down to one knee, we shoot him in the head again. Once he stands back up, everybody moves to the next turret again, right? Again, on the outside path, from this wooden thing here to the wall. Everyone moves in the outside path, moving to the next turret. Again, we get somebody on their right, so maybe someone's here, maybe someone's where at one shot is. That's totally fine. It's a little hairy sometimes up there, but someone's here, someone's where one shot is. Maybe somebody's on exactly where R8 is, right? You're on this thing. but then we always have someone not only on the right here, but someone on the left as well. Someone right here where I am, okay? Because they spawn from this door behind Burger, okay? Exactly, right where R8. So they spawn from here too, and what they'll do, they'll come out here and just start shooting at the guy at the turret from here. So you have someone here to get them under control, okay? So then you could have somebody here if you wanted to, someone maybe here. It just depends on where the ads are. So Boomer comes around again, we put him down to one knee, he stands, etc. It's rinse and repeat at that point, okay? So, and then we move to 41, rinse and repeat. So, the other mechanic we need to worry about is keeping these nodes down, right? So, in timed intervals around the raid, you'll hear a siren go off, and then you'll hear us say, computers. On these screens that I'm looking at right now, there's one on every post, every pillar, right? They'll light up, and they'll have 4 quadrants, and they'll say Alpha, Bravo, Charlie, Delta. We use the phonetic because B and D start to sound a lot alike if in the heat of the moment, right? So we use the military phonetic, Alpha, Bravo, Charlie, Delta. The ones that are blue signify the ones that we have to come in here and touch, right? So if it's Alpha, Alpha's right here, you'll hear one of us say Alpha. Someone has to come in and say, I have Alpha, and then you come over to the computer and you hold square, right? Square, yep, square, and until it completes. And you'll see, go away once it completes, right? You say, I have Alpha, you come in here, hit Alpha. The more further we are in the fight, the more damage we've done to Boomer, the more computers have to be turned off, right? So at half health, it'll be 2 computers. So you hear us say Alpha, Charlie. So Charlie's over here because it goes around clockwise. Charlie's over here. Right? So it'd be we have to hit Alpha and Charlie. If we hit the wrong computer, the nodes come back up. So do not hit the wrong computer. At about 2 bars of health or 2.5 bars of health, you'll have to hit 3 computers. And then at essentially no health or 1 bar or just under 1 bar, you'll have to hit all 4 computers, okay? So listen for those call outs, and if you're close to a computer, say, I have Charlie, I have Delta, right? So communicate with the team. Again, communication, all right? So these computers are just as important as killing ads, because if they aren't touched, it's better to have 3 people running for the same computer than have no one going to a computer, because if those nodes come back up, we wipe the raid because we didn't do our jobs and the ads are now getting out of control. It's it's a 50-50 shot if the nodes come back up, if we complete or not, okay? So these are just as important. So if you hear us say Alpha Bravo, someone take Alpha, someone take A, right? The last mechanic we got to talk about is Boomer's chest piece. He has a red chest piece that will light up first yellow and then green. Yellow is the warning sign, essentially, that it's coming online, and the green means that he's going to start to heal. Right? So if we don't get that chest piece down, that's essentially the job of the kiter, to keep that chest piece down, but everyone can help notify that the chest is coming up. You hear us say chest, that means the chest is coming up. Once you see it start to turn yellow, you can start to shoot it. Preferably the kiter starts to shoot it, because if someone else shoots him too many times, doesn't get the right accuracy on his chest, you'll take the eye. It is very important that the eye stays on 1 or 2 people the whole time, because it's the quickest way to cause chaos. Say I have the eye, and Sparaza starts shooting him with his heavy crit damage, and he takes Boomer's attention because he's done so much damage, right? So now the eye's on Sparaza. Well, Sparaza doesn't realize that he has the eye, and he brings Boomer into the rest of the team, right? That's a recipe for disaster. It happens. It happens to the best of us. It's okay. But that's why the kiter should be the guy to put down the chest, okay? If he's having problems, the other team can help, of course, but the kiter should be the one to do it. Okay, so if you hear us say chest, we shoot his chest, and it goes back down. If it comes back online, he heals very quickly. It's not like the open world where you don't get his back, you don't get the heavy's back, and you can kind of just DPS through it. Well, we can't DPS unless he's down to 1 knee, so he just continues to heal the whole time. Does that make sense? That's why we got to keep it down. Okay. That's pretty much the fight. Did I forget anything, anybody?
One thing, we need to shoot his
Oh,
backpack again once he
good call.
stands up.
Yep. So the new a new thing since the update is that it takes a lot more shots to hit his backpack to get him down to one knee. So what we do, the first one's always a little rough because it takes so many shots, and usually you're going to take his eye. The person that's on the turret will take his eye, and you'll hear us say switch. That means the guy on the turret, going to kite Boomer, and someone's going to get on the turret. So Boomer gets down to one knee, right? And then as he stands back up, the person that put him down remains on the turret through damage. Don't pull the trigger to do more damage to him or anything like that. Wait for him to stand back up and then lay into his backpack as many times as you can to do damage to his backpack until either A, you overheat the gun, or he disrupts it. He chucks a grenade every time he stands back up at the turret, and he will disrupt it, which is why we have to rotate from turret to turret. So what this allows is that once Boomer comes around to the next turret, is that it takes minimal shots to put him down to a knee, right? It allows this fight to go quicker. This is a timed fight. I can't remember how much time it actually is, but it's not long. That's why we need to make sure we're doing enough damage. At a certain point, if we're taking too long, he destroys one turret, right? If we continue to take too long, he destroys another turret, and then it's a wipe. It's objective failure. And the game just restarts us. Oh no. What happened, Jump?
TJ.
Must have been idle for too long.
They timed out. So if you're on the turret and you've put him down to a knee, wait on the turret, wait for him to stand back up, and then hit him as many times in the backpack as you can. Okay? Anything else? Any questions?
An agent has reconnected.
Nope.
Alright, so once Jump is back here, and TJ is back, we'll get started. So take up defensive positions. I kind of hang out in the middle.
Are we assigning roles for the person using the turret?
We can. Jump will probably take a turret just because he has a shield, so he's a good kiter. Essentially, we don't really assign roles because it's a dangerous play, right? When you get into a team that you roll with all the time and you guys know each other, yeah, sure, you can have two people that take over. Typically, it's Jump and Prof was for us, right? But so I don't like to assign roles because what that does is it says to everyone else, I don't have to worry about the turret, right? Yep, That's not true. Everyone has to worry about the turret. Say it's Jump and R8 that are on turret duty, right? And Jump goes down because he's kiting. He's got the eye and he's kiting, right? And R8's having trouble with ads. He's a little surrounded, right? Well, now no one cares about the turret. Not that no one cares, right? But R8's busy, and one shot and Jump is down. Well, the rest of the team is thinking that they have the turret, and I don't need to worry about it. No, whoever is around first essentially needs to jump on the turret, unless someone calls it out. Unless Jump says, which you'll hear him say, "I'm on the turret," or "I'm going for the turret." Someone's got to get on the turret. It doesn't matter who it is. I don't do much damage with this build, so I don't take the turret. But so when Boomer comes around, someone's got to be on the turret. And as a team, we need to be looking. If we hear Jump say, "I'm coming around, I'm coming," that means he's bringing Boomer around. Take a peek at the turret. If no one's there, or if you haven't heard someone say, "I'm on the turret," that means someone's got to get there, and it doesn't matter who it is. Right. So I don't like to assign roles because it allows the rest of the team not to think about the turret.
And in our experience, I know we've had very fluid situations where I say I'm running for it, and like Teddy might be there, somebody else might already, and then you just rotate around to defending that person, right, to make sure that they don't go down. And I think that just makes, because it's a very fluid situation and things can change, as most of us have experienced, and it can change really fast. So to handcuff people isn't really such a good idea, in my opinion, either.
Yeah. So that's the deal. So if we take up positions around the room, we'll get started. We do need someone on 41 gun. All right, are you with us?
I'm here.
Okay, your character's just running around looking like you're disconnected.
That's Raider.
Yeah, that's just
cool.
Raider in general, okay. Are you going
I
for the
set that
turret,
up
Raider?
in the settings. Yeah.
Okay. And then we'll just need someone to take Boomer's eye right off the bat. Raider, do you want to do that?
Okay.
One thing about Boomer, if you do get Boomer's eye, do not sprint away from him, okay? You need to keep within 5 yards of him, alright? Alright, let's do it.
45 is ready when 41 is.
1, 2, 3, go.
Person's found. I got a gold bar in front of me. Alright. There's shield.
Defense system node disabled.
Look like you did, buddy.
So R8's going to take his attention. You can see I drop a heal hive here for R8 so he can take a shot or two. Alright, everybody continue to work ads. Ads are spawning from Donut, from Burger.
Alright, switch me.
Switch.
Yep, see they switch. Loco, watch your health.
Where is he? There he is. Oh.
Alright, get ready everyone. He's down, shoot him.
Damage.
Nice damage.
Okay,
Everyone move to the
shooting him
next
again.
turret. Everyone move to the next turret. Yep, move to the next turret.
I've got his eye.
Okay, I'll go straight to the gun.
You're fine. Yep. I got a shotgunner behind Boomer.
Done.
Still behind Boomer.
Shotgunner, nice.
Yep, thank you.
Alright, someone on the gun, great, alright, nice. Alright, keep shooting ads, everybody. Computer is Charlie. Dan's on it, wonderful.
Shooting Boomer.
Get ready, everybody. He's down.
He's down. Good
Shoot
job.
him. Nice. Alright, next turret.
Yep.
Work the ads.
I try to drag him to the right so that he doesn't pick up another player, right? So if you try to angle him away, sometimes his eye gets crazy.
Nice,
shield.
nice. Alright, keep working ads, everybody.
Yep.
I think they spawned from Donut.
Down.
He's down. Turn and shoot him.
And the importance of that prep is Raider only had to pull a couple of shots.
Yep, move to the next
He's on
turret.
you. I'm going for gun.
Okay.
I've got two on
Just
my
is
right.
down.
Copy.
Ready?
Yep.
Computers.
Computer is Bravo Delta.
Bravo Delta.
I'm on Delta.
Nice.
He's down in the corner
down,
there,
shoot him.
awkward corner.
Delta go.
His chest is up.
Down.
Perfect, thank you. Alright, Raider, I'm gonna run.
Lots of ads over here, guys.
Let's see where
Get around. Let's get the ads.
Sneaking behind you, one shot. Beautiful, I'm here.
Okay, we're here.
Shotgunner.
Cool. He's down.
Oh, he's down. That was quick.
Transfer out. Yeah, that's prep work right there, really. I'm on the...
Alright, next turret. This should be the last
I'm
one.
going straight to the gun.
Lots of ads here, everybody. Lots of ads.
Yep. Okay, on the gun jump.
Copy that. I'm getting shots. Come on. Whoop. It's coming through
So
right
much
now.
easier working the turret and kiting with
All computers, but just ignore them. We'll just get them down. Ignore the computers.
Yep.
Get ready for damage, and we'll put them down as fast as we can.
He's
Get them down. There we go, damage. Alright.
Nice job.
Nice shot.
I overheated
Nice
on
job.
that last shot.
Nice.